wanted to know what to do, how to keep your cast dry. This is a common question that we get. We'll probably ask this every time we have an Ask the Ortho event.
Well, I'm trying to think how not to make a joke about this, but first, so avoid water, right? So you're going to want to keep clean, and so baths are a problem, showers are a problem. So to the extent that you can not be submerged in a tub or shower. So then let's think about if your child has your arm in a cast. You can put the child in a bathtub and someone has to hold that arm.
Mm-hmm.
The younger kid will put it in the water. No matter what you do, the slope will drop and they will help you. So I say mom or dad, one person bathes and the other one sits there and can read the paper and hold the arm. Okay. If your leg, a little trickier to keep the leg out.
A lot trickier.
Of course, difficult because water just finds a way to get in places.
Mm-hmm.
And so you want to keep clean, but hair over the sink, being in a bath, shower, if you can keep the arm, leg, can't keep the leg out, put a chair in the shower. And that's where things like the cast cover comes into play. Mm-hmm. Because while I don't advise going swimming with them, because for an adult, you'll be careful. For a kid, it's just a different thing. We say adult would say, ooh, I want to be careful not to get water. And a kid will say, hey, mom, look how much water I got. They just see the world differently, God bless them. So,
yeah. Yes, they do. And we've found a way to identify if there was a defect in the waterproof cast cover. And which I won't give up those secrets yet. But what happens often is little Bobby or little Jane will, just because it is tight, it has to be tight to seal around above the cast, whether it's the arm or the leg, and they fiddle with it underwater. And so, of course, if they fiddle with it and they release the seal, then water gets in. And so, of course, it looks like it's been, it created a defective product, or it was a defective product, and it's not. It's oftentimes just fiddling with it. And they're not meant to be worn all day long either. They're only meant to be worn periodically. So.
But they're thicker than a plastic bag. But for instance, your leg, foot, you put the short leg in the cast cover, and that way your child can sit in a bathtub.
Mm-hmm.
That part can be under. If you're going to use it for a shower, and I did this when I had a cast on just 2 years ago, cast cover, and I put some tape around the top and a washcloth. You want to just be paranoid and expect that water can get in. But if you're smart about it, and if you trust the fact that water will try to beat you every time, then you really want to keep clean and then use things like cast covers to allow you to get clean. If you get some water on the cast, the outside of the cast is fine. Since 95% are now fiberglass casts.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So we said the skin is fine, the cast is fine, it's the padding. Some casts are now being made with waterproof padding. Some casts are difficult to make with waterproof padding. Post-operative casts, if you have a scar underneath, and you generally won't do a waterproof padding. But
the wound itself at the surgical site?
Yeah, after itself will seal fairly quickly, but you won't want to get it wet immediately. And so if you should get some water on the cast, that'll be okay. If the inside gets damp, a blow dryer on cool, but it takes a long time. So you can sit there, watching TV, playing computer games, but somebody's got the blow dryer and spend some time blowing that dry. To clean the edges around the top and bottom of the cast, I usually recommend using just some alcohol, rubbing alcohol. It evaporates nice and quickly. It smells better than the cast or the inside of the cast, and it's a good way to keep that clean. And we just know that they can get pretty stinky. Just picture a 18-month-old in a body cast.
Mm.
Yep.
Yep.